Good morning, shiny, happy, beautiful people. Happy sweltering hot Wednesday. It's about 9:30 in the morning, leaving the cave, and it feels like it's about 100 degrees out. But it finally stopped raining, so we'll enjoy some sunshine today. How are you guys? You know, I'm doing my early morning routine. We're gonna leave here, go back to the nest, and talk about stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. Lots of traffic here this morning. Hello, Mr. State Trooper. Oh, I won't stereotype, but he was pulling into Dunkin' Donuts. But you know, everybody needs coffee and some donuts in the morning. My goodness. Yeah, our population definitely swells like 100-fold here in the summertime. And it has been an active summer. And this girl's tired, but I have no complaints. And once again, it's been a really busy week. My grandkids and daughter made it down to North Carolina, and that was so bittersweet. After I talked to you guys last week, Tom and I grabbed my grandson, and he stayed. What are we doing here? Stayed with me through the weekend, and they left on Sunday morning. So, yeah. What are you going to do? I'm thankful and grateful. Everybody's healthy and happy and here, and I'm just going to miss them. And we'll be Skyping, and yeah, I'll be taking a trip down there much sooner rather than later. So, but that worked out good, and we did a lot of stuff. We crammed a lot of activity into a few days. We wound up going to a local outdoor amusement park and rode the bumper boats and did some outdoor stuff and lots of out to dinner and outside adventures and all that good stuff. So, and you guys, hello. Thank you for the response on my Gypsy and Witch project. I was so excited about that and so excited to show you guys. And it's still getting a really good response. So I'm very happy. I know it was a little bit of a long video. It's about an hour, a little less than an hour. But I didn't see where I could cut it down any. I don't know. I'll get better at that. But yeah, and by me doing that, of course, now I'm re-inspired. I want to do more, but I have put the sewing machine away for now. And I think I've told you guys before, once I do a project, that's it for me. I'm done for a while. I don't want to do repeats. I actually did 5 of those bags, which I showed you. I've already given one away. And someone asked me if I would sell one, and I apologize. I'm not interested in making things to sell. When I first started here on YouTube a couple of years ago, I thought that's the direction I wanted to go in. But I would much rather inspire you guys to make your own. I get bored very quickly, and I'm not looking for another job assembling things. But I'm very flattered when you ask if I will sell something. Trust me. I can't thank you enough. That's the highest compliment. But I have given some away. And also, I'm realizing as I'm doing projects that I'm leaning towards more things that you can use, you know, as opposed to just decorative items. I don't know. I'm pulling into the nest now. We're going to go inside, get cleaned up, and carry on. Oh, I went to that tie-dye workshop at Patty's shop this weekend, and I met some really cool people. Shout out to Patty, obviously, but Adrian and Christina, and there were a few other women there that were just so cool. But I left the workshop early because we had to bring Nick's car down to Rockland. It was just a busy weekend. So when I left, my scarf, excuse me, is still all tied up, and I haven't rinsed it out yet. So I've been waiting to show that to you guys. So I will do that in a little bit, all right? So I'll share that with you. See you inside. Okay, I just fed the birds, finished getting dressed, and I thought I would show you where I'm hanging the bags for now. And if you guys haven't seen the video, I will definitely link it. But They're on the wall next to the mirror there. And I love them even just for decor. I'm going to be making some more larger ones, and I have different ideas for ones with more pockets and stuff. But yeah, thanks for all the love on these. I know I've definitely inspired some people to make their own, and people have been sharing their stories with me about how they made them back in the day, you know, in the 70s. Yeah, so what are we going to do? I have some stuff to show you, and we're going to do the tie-dye thing, right? Isn't this a cool picture? Shout out to my friend Malice, friend of mine from high school, who I am still in touch with to this day, gave me this really cool picture. It's a photograph, and yeah, I love it. I've had it for a long time. Signed, sealed, delivered. Shout out to Malice. There's my mama. So, and my dad. That's a little mini shrine up there on my dresser. Yeah, what are we doing? Oh, I wanted to show you what my grandson and I did with those spice jars that I had gotten at the garage sale last week. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I could do this. The camera is mounted on a tripod right now, and I'm not used to using it that way. So, yeah. Oh, let me show you what kind of a day we're having. Super hot, but beautiful. The Morning Glory Tower. Yeah. Beautiful. I hope you're having a beautiful day too. Feeling super blessed here. Trying not to make you dizzy. Have no idea what we're going to have for lunch. I have the air conditioner on and the door open. That's never really a good idea. Lava lamp always going. What am I showing you? Oh, spice jars. Spice jars, spice jars. And you know what else I did? I haven't really done a lot of art this week. I've been doing a lot of other stuff, but I have some ideas, and I'm going to be doing a mission inspiration page coming up this week, and I also have another project that I've been putting on the back burner for a while, which I am excited to show you. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about redoing some of my older videos. One in particular being the wizard magic wand video that I did with the hot glue. Only because I have a better camera now and better lighting, and I took one of the older ones that I had done and I just further embellished it. I put some copper wire and some ribbon and stuff. So I was thinking of doing that because it's funny, people are watching my older videos now and they're commenting things like that, and you know, I just hope to continue to improve. But that's really it. And yeah, Cali, focus. Spice jars. So I've done this in the past with smaller spice jars for years, I told you. But look, you guys, look in the window. I took the little IKEA jars with my grandson. Shout out to Carter, all my grandkids. And he put food coloring in each of the jars with some water, and I love them. Carter, have I mentioned how much I love the jars? If they're watching this, he knows. And of course, you know I did a purple one, but I didn't have enough room on top of that window, number one. And for those of you who've been watching, I moved this up here. It was down here. So, and I hung it with those teardrops. What do you think? I think it looks cool. So the purple one, dun, 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 is not in the kaleidoscope, is right here. And right now the sun is not shining through it, but it is as magical as the rest. So that was fun, and it's a wonderful reminder every time I look at them of memories. And I told you before that we went to the water park, and I forgot to mention that Grandpa Tom brought an umbrella on his boat. And I was like, you can't do that. That's cheating. Well, let me tell you guys, it turned out to be the most hilarious time. And a lot of it had to do with that umbrella because, of course, you know, we wanted to get him bad. And his umbrella actually turned inside out at one point. So, yeah, making lots of memories, having lots of fun. I'll be missing grandma duty for a while, but nothing ever changes if nothing ever changes. So I am super excited for my daughter and my grandkids, like I said, on some new positive changes in their lives. And I'm psyched for my oldest daughter too, and my grandkids that, you know, they get to have cousin time, and there's a lot of good benefits. So I'm puttering. Yeah, we are going to look at some stuff, wash out some tie-dye. I'm having some coffee. The lights above my shelf here that turn into those lights, for some reason this strand blew out, and there's probably a blown bulb, but there's so many of those little bulbs that I can't even imagine which one it is, so I really don't care that much. I'm just leaving it. And yeah, have I mentioned how much I love my essential oil diffuser? I do. Okay, here we go, around the merry-go-round. I love you guys. Have I mentioned that? Yes. Glitty glop gloopy. Yeah, I have some stuff to show you. I have some happy mail to open. I have a story about some rocks. So let me get this tripod set up and get situated, and we'll do that. And then we'll rinse out some tie-dye. And I'm really excited about that. And this is still part of my morning routine. Have I mentioned how much I love Wayne Dyer? Attitude is everything, so pick a good one. I decided to change the oil in my diffuser. I've been using rosemary for the past few days because yesterday in my Goddess Provisions box, I got this Palo Santo oil. So let's try this. I just put fresh water in here, and I'm just going to do a couple drops. Or 4. I bet you it's going to smell amazing. So I'll get back to you on that, but I'll turn the light on and I'll let this go for 3 hours. And it's coming out pretty strong. Oh yeah. You smell it immediately. Can you smell it? What do you think? And by the way, guys, just to let you know, I am not sponsored by this company. They did send me this diffuser for free to try and review, but I just talk about it so much because I really do love it and I use it daily. If you want to get one, I always leave the link below through my Amazon affiliate link, but yeah, it's not sponsored. Well, love it. You would think on this bright sunny day that I would have no problem with lighting in this house, but I've been chasing it all around, and this is where I wound up, in the kitchen in front of the window. So one of these days I'm going to break down and invest in some good lighting. I think I saw something on Amazon for under $100 with, you know, good lights and all that stuff. Anyway, enough about the lighting. I have a few things to share with you. And the first things I'm going to share with you are something I got last night. I've talked many times about my dear friend Ellen and Antoine, and they came out. We went out to a local coffee shop last night. Let me start over. My friend Steve, shout out to Steve's Music, had asked me about a month ago They do a normal Tuesday night gig at this local coffee shop, The Brew. Shout out to The Brew. And they have a search and rescue orchestra band. And their lead singer is this woman named Joanna Gass. Shout out to Joanna, who's amazing and wonderful. And they have their regular gig there. And I think Joanna's on vacation as well as their keyboard player. So they kept the gig last night, and Steve kind of put the word out and asked if people would be interested in not an open mic per se, but just doing songs with the Search and Rescue Orchestra. So I told him I would. And Tom and I went out last night, and I did 2 songs. I did Soulshine, of course. What gig wouldn't be complete without that? And He Ain't Heavy, the Hollies tune. Tom did tape it. I will not be showing that. It's not worth it, you guys. We were so on top of the band, and even where we were sitting, that the mic is kind of behind my mic. Like the mic on the camera was kind of behind. I was in front of it, and the sound quality is awful. You can't really hear anything. So anyway, I won't be including that footage. But we had a blast, and we got to hear a bunch of other people play. You know, Lee and Debbie, and my mind is going blank. A whole bunch of people, Larry, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Joanna, another Joanna, and her daughter, and the food is great there. And Ellen and Antoine came out. That's how I started the story, right? Hello, Cali. And Ellen's health has improved, and that's wonderful, and many blessings to you, sister. I mentioned to you, I believe in the past, because she has gifted me with some of her goodies, how much they love to also go to garage sales and thrift. And she gave these to me last night. She picked these up at a local garage sale. And the first thing is this book on Enochian magic and the higher worlds. This is by John DeSalvo, Beyond the Realm of the Angels. And for those of you who don't know, Enochian magic is a ceremonial magic style based on the word of the angels, according to like 16th century philosophers or doctors. There were 2 guys, I have no idea, I cannot remember their names, who came up with this theory or claim that they got word directly from the angels, and the ceremonial magic is used to summon these angelic spirits and things like that. So that's all I know about Enochian magic, but I'm interested in reading about it. So have any of you guys checked this out or know about it? Let me know. And also, and this is really, really special, this book, The Mythic Tarot, by Juliet Sharman Burke and Liz Green, with illustrations by Trisha Newell. Have you guys checked this out? I've never seen this deck, and it came with a cloth spread, and I'll show you the deck. I've never seen this deck before. First, I'll show you the back of the deck. I'll show you this cloth, which I think I've shared with you guys. I've been studying tarot for years, close to 30 years, and I'm still very much a newbie in very many ways. So I'm constantly learning. I've only recently started to kind of read for very close friends, Ellen being one of them. And so I'm always open to new stuff, but check this deck out. Tom and I were looking at it last night. It's just beautiful. I'm not going to go through every card, but I love it. Are you guys familiar with this at all? Let me know. And thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you, Antoine. Antoine sang last night. Yeah, it was really, really, really cool and good. And yeah, good to spend time with friends. And I liked it. It was good for Tom and I too to get out because, you know, you get into that, which is normal, and people work and you come home and you just kind of want to relax and eat and watch a movie and Netflix and chill, right? But we get out all the time, you know that. But we don't often do that because I told you I don't spend time in bars anymore. So it was nice to have music like in a coffee shop type of atmosphere. And that was fun. Meeting new friends. I'm looking at a list. And well, anyway, I was going to talk about music again, but I have been playing that guitar a little more. I never seem to really improve in my eyes in my guitar playing skills, but I've been having fun with it. So maybe I'll share that again one of these days. What else happened? I'll talk about the tie-dye at the end because we're going to unwrap it. Oh, another thing. Tom brought this home. Are you guys Marina Abramovic fans? I am. I wish I knew about her when she actually was at the MoMA in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan when it happened. But I became aware of her, honestly, through the Netflix. I can't talk today. The Netflix documentary An Artist is Present, or The Artist is Present. If you're not familiar with her, I recommend checking her out. And in this magazine was a really great article. And I wasn't aware that she actually lives upstate here in Chatham, New York, in a star-shaped house. But yeah, shout out to Marina Abramovic. She's super cool. If you're not familiar with her, check it out. And the documentary on Netflix was incredible. Tom and I have actually watched it more than once. And speaking of documentaries on Netflix, you guys, Tom and I watched one the other night called Extraordinary. I believe that's what it's called. Based on the true story of a man named Stan Ramovic, I think, who claims and has tons of documentation that he has had extraterrestrial contact, much more than that, actually. And that's all I'm going to say about any kind of, you won't get a spoiler alert from me, a spoiler from me. But let me tell you something. What a good movie. I was totally enthralled and gripped. It really, however you fall or feel about it, it is discussion provoking. You will be, when you watch it with someone else, you guys will be talking about it. Let me know if you've seen it or what you think about it. Yeah, and I haven't been doing any reading or anything this week, honestly. It's just been, like I said, one thing after another. Things are finally starting to settle down here a little bit. But not to keep going back to time with my grandson, but what's more important than that? I had been wanting to, and we all kind of pull from the same collective consciousness. I've been having painting rocks on the mind. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people who do mandalas on rocks, and I've painted rocks since I was a kid, and I've done them with my grandson, you know, things like that. Well, when you've seen my garden in Kerhonkson at my previous place, and I had totally forgotten, but I had placed in my garden some painted rocks. And one of them, I left them there. And one of them that I did take with me here that was made at the same time is this one. And I've had this around. You guys may have seen it on my kitchen counter or whatever. But it's just a rock painted with a yin-yang sign. And I did a whole bunch of these, different symbols, different words, etc. And I had put some in the garden. Well, John, the gardener who's now tending that garden, found some of them and collected them and gave them to Mark, who in turn passed them on to me. So they came full circle. My rocks came back home to me, and they kind of are not too much worse for the wear. I will show you. Well, that's not really true. This one is worse for the wear, but they were all painted with this purple acrylic paint, right? And this one, and I can only tell because I remember doing it, had a G clef symbol on it, a musical G clef, but that kind of got worn out, but it's still here and for me. And hello, peace. I told you, I don't change, you guys. I'm consistent. I am consistently consistent in my inconsistencies. Peace, and what is a little bit of peace without some love? I was just tickled, okay? And I don't know what I was trying to write there. A flower, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of, it looks like a flower to me. It's definitely eroded. And then the last one is a Om. Om Mani Padma Om symbol, which again is kind of rough and washed away, but still special and magical to me. And I was just super touched to get those back. So thank you, John, for harvesting these rocks that I planted many moons ago. And thank you, Mark, for hanging on to them and passing them along. That's great. So yeah, and speaking of rocks, so I've had rocks on the brain, and I was like, oh, I want to paint some mandalas, or I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about it, right? So a while ago, and I'll show you these, a couple years ago, my grandson and I made these, and these represent Tom, Nick, and Carter. And they just hang out on my kitchen shelf, and they're just rocks with googly eyes, right? Well, of course, Grandma could not find googly eyes this weekend to save my life. And I know I have some. Maybe I purged them in the KonMari purge. I don't know. We couldn't find any. So Carter and I decided to make our own eyes on our rocks. So that was something we did. And we had taken a drive looking for Pokemon. Got to catch them all, you know. And we pulled over on the side of the road and harvested some rocks. So he painted some to leave with his grandpa, Pop-Pop, and we did our turn at, I taught him kind of how to do a galaxy sky. So this was Grandma's, and it's funny because I had seen, I wanted to paint galaxy rocks, and this is the one that Carter did. And I got his name and the date on the bottom. And I love these. And that's all we did was just the, you know, we didn't do any shapes on them or anything. But at the same time that we were, literally I had the rocks on the kitchen table, I got an email from one of my wonderful subscribers, Joan, who was like, Cali, here's a link. I think you'd, you know, like to check it out. And it was a link to Galaxy Stones, painting them. And I was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I was just going to do that. So I love synchronicity. It's wonderful. And the only other thing I wanted to tell you was, I don't know why I put this in here, but this floral tape. Remember last week, and I meant to show you, maybe I'll show you in a minute, the butterflies I showed you, the wire ones that I got at the garage sale? All I did was take a chopstick, wrap it in some floral tape, and then put the chopstick through the wire on the butterfly, and I've stuck 2 of them in my plants. I will show you when we're done here. And the last thing, before I talk about the tie-dye, is, speaking of sparking joy, this happy mail that I received from a fellow sister of the moon, Miss Dina Miller, and she let me know this was coming, so thank you, Dina. And we have gone back and forth for a couple of years now with happy mail, and I will put a link to Dina's channel below. She is a magical, witchy, rock and roll, boho, thrifty, really cool sister. And she's very creative and arty. She's really into like journals and planning and things like that. She had a tea shop, and I'm putting my hand on a bunch of goodies. So check out Dina's link. She goes by Milady Leela, and she's wonderful. She sent me sunflower seeds, and look at these goodies. Oh my goodness. And these are like heavy. Sister. Love. Here's my card, sealed with a wax seal. You know, she's classy like that, right? This is probably a personal note, but I am going to just quickly glance at it. I did tell her that I would be opening this on air, if you will. Dina, I love you, and thank you in advance, sister. You are amazing. Okay? I'm going to read this out loud. Dearest Cali, thinking of you always, sending you some peace and love. I hope this magic finds you well. I shall talk to you soon. Beautiful love, Dina. Going on the refrigerator. Love you, Dina. Thank you, sister. You're amazing. Look at this. All these little touches, you know? And you guys know I save every scrip and scrap, every bit and bob. Thanks to my UK friends for that expression. Anybody else on YouTube in the United States picking up any British sayings? I love the Brits. I love my UK friends. I love all you guys. But I find myself sometimes, and I did just find out what a dog end was. I think I told you, my friend Marion said something about a dog end. She used to smoke, and I'm like, wait, is a dog end a cigarette butt? And she said, yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? The whole time in Jethro Tull, Aqualung, as he bends to pick the dog end. I always thought he was picking a dog end. Oh my God, as he bends to pick up the cigarette butt. Anybody else not know that? Okay, enough music trivia. Oh, Dina, oh, you're so wonderful. Oh, little sachet of magical goodness. I don't know what's in here, but I do know that it smells amazing. And knowing Dina, she grew it. I smell mint. You know, if you crush it a little bit. What do you guys smell? Can you even see that? Thank you, Dina. Yummy. Yeah, definitely minty. Am I right? Tell me. Am I right? This feels like a postcard. Like maybe a mixed media postcard. What do you think? Peace. Allow yourself time to soothe your soul. Aw, she's so good. Take quiet time for you. Create your own peace by doing what you love. By doing what you love. Empower yourself and your soul with peace, for it is the best medicine for the soul. And this is her, at the top of her YouTube page is that image, and I believe she grew that rose. And knowing Miss Dina, this is some lavender here. Did you grow that lavender too, sister? Gorgeous. Thank you. Peace and love to you, my darling, and all of you. And, curiouser and curiouser. No! I'm kind of, Dina, oh my God. Thank you. That is so, so generous of you. Wow. I'm like tearing up here. I did not expect this. Wow. You guys, you know, hello, Gears, Cogs, Tim Holtz. These are wonderful, substantial metal, and they'll be going on a mixed media collage. Thank you. Wow, you just like blew my mind. I totally did not expect that. That's amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Wow. Hello. It's like my birthday here. Thank you. You're an angel. I'm so blessed to have you guys. I know I say that every video and I get all sappy about it, but my life has changed because of all of you. Oh, wow. What? Oh my God, you guys. These are like texture sheets and molds for polymer clay. Dina. What? Oh, sister. I got to show you each and every one of these, you guys. Oh. What does this say? Listen to the song in her heart. She listens to the song in her heart. Oh, oh, you're gonna make me cry. I feel it. Look at this border. I had nothing like this. And I've seen these and kind of wanted them. And here they are. And you are amazing. I love these. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to play with these. And it's so funny, you guys. I almost did a polymer clay project for the Gypsy and Witch project this month, and instead wound up in fabric land. But oh, I love the border effect. These are gorgeous little spiral suns and just swirlies. Oh, I love this. Look at her. Oh. I'll just shorten one leg. There you go. That's me. Whee! Ah, Dina, I love you. What does this one say? Yes. Let your spirit dance. Let your soul shine. I am so touched. I did not expect this. Oh, yeah. I love it. And then these corner pieces. You will be seeing me using these, you guys. Dina, thank you. Wow. Total surprise. Totally did not expect all that magic and goodness. You spoil me. I just, thank you. Thank you so much. Can't wait to use that stuff. Wow. I don't even, okay. You guys, I am going to talk about tie-dye for a minute now. You know how much, look, what hippie doesn't like tie-dye? And in the past, I've always used like RIT dye. I've done tie-dye in a big pot on the stove. You know, we would soak our shirts and just whatever you could dye, right? But I've never tried to do it like professionally, you know, the right way or with any kind of special techniques or anything. I showed you, if you follow me on Facebook, you saw the link I posted. I talk about my dear friend, Miss Patty Greco Sunshine, who is the owner of the Funky Hippie Chic Boutique. And I'll put her link below. She hosted a tie-dye workshop given by a woman who goes by, I think her like company name is Catmaid. I think that's right. Let me get this right here. And she, yeah, Catmaid. And her name is Adrienne Butvinik, and I'll put a link to her below also. What an amazing woman and incredible artist who I was blown away when I went to her site and saw, you know, she does like painting with fabric and she's been teaching for years. So I had the honor of sitting in on the workshop that was given, which was incredible. And it was good, especially with all the roller coaster emotions of the week. It was good to connect, meet some new people. I mentioned that woman, Christina, who, a shout out to her too. I'll put a link to her. Christina Robbins is her name. She, among other things, is a children's book author or young adult book author, and actually has 3 books now on Amazon. The House of Charms series. She has 3 books out, and I believe she's working on the 4th. And I think it's about like a story of a girl who finds a magical trunk in her grandmother's attic or something, and then goes on a fairy adventure or some kind of magical thing like that. So I have not read any of the books yet, but she was really cool too. So, you know, sometimes, especially, I was like, what am I going to do? Sit home and feel sad that my grandkids left, or, you know, just kind of lick my wounds here? No, it's summertime. You have an opportunity. I'm really trying to force myself to do more of that kind of stuff because my comfort zone really is very solitary and alone. And I don't count Tom. He's part of me. You know what I mean? But it's very easy for me to isolate. So I continue to strive to at least take advantage of opportunities that are coming my way. And I was blessed by doing so, by meeting these cool people. There was another woman who works with a pet rescue agency, and her name is slipping my mind, I'm sorry, and a couple of other people. So that was really cool. So we did some dyes, and I'm not going to share with you. I do want to share some dyeing on my channel and do some tutorials maybe, but I want to talk to Adrienne first. And even though, you know, these aren't her techniques per se either, I want to run this by her first before I, you know, I'm not going to be presenting her workshop, but I may do some similar techniques. But anyway, for the meantime, I'm going to show you what I made with her and under her instruction. Everyone did their own thing. I haven't rinsed mine out yet, you guys, and this has been since Sunday. So I figured, what's the worst that can happen? It'll stain. So it's been in this plastic bag. It's still all wrapped up in the rubber bands that I used it with it. And I don't have any gloves right here, but what I'll do, I'll just show you, and then I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're actually going to rinse this out. This is a silk scarf, 100% silk scarf, and before we dyed it, we had it soaking in vinegar. I'm just going to show you kind of what it looks like here. I did this scrunch pattern. I left my ends out, and then the rest of it I just scrunched up and totally randomly put rubber bands all over it. And oh gee, what colors do you think I used, you guys? That would be purple, blue, and fuchsia. Yeah, so let me clean this up here. I'm going to turn the tripod around, and we're going to just give it a rinse. I checked the instructions, and it says let cool. Well, it's definitely cool. Yeah, and yeah, I'm not going to talk about the technique, but it was interesting. I never did it this way before. So we're going to wash it in warm water with dish detergent and then iron on a silk setting with damp. We're going to use our Dr. Bronner's, and that's what we're going to rinse it out with. So let me turn around. Let's do this. I'm super excited. I'm just going to use water from the tap. And then after I rinse it a couple times, we'll add a little dash of soap. And I have my iron preheating on the silk setting. It says to iron it while damp. It's like you never know. And I saw pictures of everybody else's, and I was dying to see what mine looked like. Ooh, magic. You know, I'll be saving these rubber bands. I have a giant rubber band ball. I'm trying to keep this in frame so you guys can see. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, you guys. I love it already. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's more white there than I thought. I kind of like that, though. I kind of dig it. And I had folded it, so it's like white, more white in the center. All right, let me show you. We'll go through it. Ah, I love it. Okay, so here's the bottom of one side. The vinegar smell is so strong that it's like almost choking. Ah, what do you guys think? Yeah, my initial reaction is that there's too much white, but in contrast with all the color, I really like it. Okay, and then, and isn't this like a good size scarf, right? I saw that girl Christina actually made a like a halter top out of hers. Love. Okay, so that's our design, and I'm just going to, like I said, let's rinse this in warm water. Obviously, having it sit for 3 days did not harm it in the least. There's not a lot of dye coming out of the fabric at all, which I'm surprised. I'm used to other dye. You know, again, I've never dyed silk before, but like when you rinse RIT dye fabric, all the dye just runs out. And this really doesn't even seem like my water is colored. Wow. Oh, I love it. How much fun is that? All right, let's give it a little squirt of my Dr. Bronner's. Just gonna put a little bit on my hand. This stuff, a little goes a long way. And hopefully that peppermint smell will dilute the vinegar smell. I'll rinse it good, and once we air it out, it'll be fine. You can always put some essential oils on it. Oh, I love it. Okay, guys, let me finish rinsing this, and then we'll iron it up, and I'll see you at the ironing board, okay? I've stretched this out on the table. This is where I'm going to iron it. It's still pretty damp. I know we're supposed to iron it while it's damp, but I'm going to let it, I just rolled it in the towel, but look at this. It's a good size scarf, isn't it? I love it. And I may just like use it as a shawl. And look what I noticed here. The 2 crescent moons. You know, that would like be at my back, and then these can drape down. Ah, love it. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, so we had a lot of fun, and I know that she will be doing repeat workshops. I believe there's already one scheduled. So like I said, I'll put all the links below if you missed this one. So check it out, and I'll get back to you when we iron this. We're going to iron it on when it's damp, so I'm going to let it dry on a silk setting on my iron. Okay, I think this is good to go. Like I said, my iron set on the silk setting. And have I told you how much I love this? So nice. What do you guys think? What colors would you have used? Everybody there had a different palette, which was cool. So I'm going to finish doing this. I'm in love with it. I'm so happy I went. And when I'm done with this, I will show you when it's all ironed, but I'm going to upload whatever clips I've filmed already today, see where we're at time-wise. I'm sure we're probably pushing an hour already. And that'll see if I show you what I'm making for lunch or not. I've decided to make some, Tom and I call it tuna fish, C-H-U-N-A. It's that like tuna fish made with chickpeas. So let's see how much time I have left, and yeah, either way I'll come back to you. So we're not saying goodbye yet. Okay, guys. I'm in love with this. Gee, my favorite colors. Who would have thunk? Most likely I won't be wearing this as a garment. I will probably just use it decoratively, but yeah, you know, you could do anything with it that you could do with a silk scarf, including make a curtain out of it or something. How beautiful would that be? What do you guys think? What would you use it for? Let me know. Trying all day to look for Fred or the chipmunks so you guys could see, but I think it might be a little too hot out for them to be hanging around the deck today. So probably as soon as I say that, they'll all show up, but I haven't seen hide nor hair of them today. Now he just froze because he sees me watching him, but he's bound to move. I don't know if you could see him in the shadow. He's like a statue right now. It's the chipmunk. And he's got 2 cheeks totally loaded with food, and he saw me through the window putting the camera here, so he hasn't moved yet, but there we go. I'm hoping he'll go into the sunlight. Oh, And off he goes. If I catch him again, I'll show you guys. I wanted to show you my rubber band ball, and I laughed when I opened the drawer because, you guys, a year and a half later after doing my KonMari purge, and this is the state of my junk drawer. So it works, you know, and it stays the way that, as long as you keep putting things back where they go and go through your spark joy pile. But yes, this is my rubber band ball, and soon it won't be able to fit in the drawer. So I have this box back here that I keep like little things that bits and bobs that I find for my mixed media collages. So, but yeah, I laughed when I opened it because I thought, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm a fanatic. But this is the state of my junk drawer. So the rest of the house has stayed pretty much the same too. I keep talking about doing a house tour. Maybe I'll do a updated KonMari 1 year later tour. And I definitely, you know, have thought about redoing it all over again, but I don't know if we need to get that drastic, do we? Anyway, I'll show you those butterfly things. Hey, here's one nestled in my pothos plant. And like I said, I just took a chopstick, covered it in that floral tape, and then it already had that little piece there. So I think they're cute. Who knows? They'll fly around and find a place to land, but there are 2 of them, and I did the same thing. There's another one up there. But you could even put these outside, right? Yes. Let's go iron really quick what I'm going to make for lunch. I'm not going to go through step by step, but I've done this before on the channel. So super easy, delicious, and here we go. I have my food processor out here. I'm going to drain 2 cans of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and I'm going to put them in the food processor with some dill pickles. If you have relish, you could use relish. You could use whatever you want, but I'm going to put in, I don't know, maybe 10 dill pickle chips. And I'm going to mix with some of my vegan mayo. This stuff is really delicious. And I'm going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard. About half of this yellow Vidalia onion. Probably a stalk or 2 of some celery, and don't forget to save your bottoms and plant them. And then I'm going to just use a little bit of garlic powder, some salt, fresh ground pepper. So we're going to mix all that, just pulse it in the food processor. You could also do it with a potato masher if you want. You really are just trying to break up these beans. And when that's all mixed in, I'll show you what that's going to look like. But then I'm going to toast some bread. And I love this. I've also talked about this before. This Eureka Organic top seed bread. Really, really good. And I don't have any lettuce or anything, so I'm going to slice a mini cucumber and just use that. So I got these at Aldi. I love Aldi. Have I told you how much I love Aldi? So that's going to be lunch. So let me pulse everything up in the food processor, and I'll be right back. I changed my mind about the order of doing things. I'm going to chop up the pickles, the onion, and the celery first and do them separately. Then take them out of the, chopping bowl, and then do the chickpeas by themselves in here, just a rough chop, and then I'll mix the 2 together in a bowl by hand. And at that point, that's when I'm going to put in our vegan mayo and the mustard and our spices. And in addition to the cucumber, I also realized I have this beautiful tomato. So I'm going to slice that up too. So I'll see you back here when everything's mixed up in the bowl, and I'll toast the bread. I'm getting really hungry. It's like almost 4 o'clock. I haven't eaten yet today. So dinner's going to be late tonight. And here's our celery, onion, and pickles. Chickpeas. So we're just going to add those to what I've put in the bowl already, and then add our condiments. And I also have some fresh lemon. So I figured we'll just do a squeeze of fresh lemon in there too. All right, so let's mix that up next. Okay, there's everything mixed together. And I added about 1.5 tablespoons of the mayo, maybe the same with the mustard. And I don't know, you guys, a teaspoon or so of the garlic powder and salt and pepper. And about juice of half of a lemon. And then there's one of those cukes cut up and tomato. I'm getting ready to toast our bread. So I'll see you back here when sandwich is assembled, and I'll meet you for a quick bite. And then that's going to be enough for this week, you guys. See you in a few. And there you have it. What do you think? I think I'm starving. I know it's going to be amazing because I've had these before. Yum, yum, yum. Cruelty-free and delicious. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. So amazing. I used to be a tuna fish fan, and honestly, it had to be well drained tuna fish, no soup. But now that I'm vegan, this is better than tuna fish because it's got none of that fishy taste, which is, I'm not a big fish fan. I never was, so it wasn't a big hardship for me to not eat it anymore. Shrimp was a little, not difficult, but every once in a while I do miss eating shrimp, but I don't eat it. And this is just great. If you haven't tried this yet, you know, or if you don't like tuna fish and you want to try something that's amazing and delicious, or if you want to become vegan like me, which would be amazing for yourself and the animals and the planet, or you just feel like trying something different, give this a try. And you know what, you guys, I'm going to finish this up. We got to be at like minute 59 or something. Thank you so much, as always, for being here. Special hugs and love to everyone who reached out to me, knowing I was going through a tough time this week with the grandkids. Speaking of the grandkids, hello Sean and Carter and Riley and Cameron and Jacoby. Grandma loves you very much, and I love you guys very much. And I'll see you very soon with some peace, some love, and some more art projects coming up, okay? I love you guys. Have a beautiful week. Follow me on all my links below, okay? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. You know the deal. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. That